Yo, how we doing, guys? You guys seen my newest VOD? Oh,
It's in the game.
my TV is on. Ooh.
EA Sports, it's in the game.
Man, shut up, man. Dante bum ass more. You took the Carson Beck slogan. Get that off my screen. Boys, I got some bad news. It pains me to say this. I've received my first actual L in the Content Creator League. So I'll be probably posting these VODs. We're in like week 8 or week 9 at this point. I'm pretty backlocked. But I'll be posting these VODs soon. But yeah, we just lost to undefeated North Texas, which is AKA Dominate Dynasty. And I'm recording. Okay, I apologize. We're back. Had a small interruption. But what was I saying? Oh, yes. As you guys can see, had a very riveting game with Dominate Dynasty today. We unfortunately did end up taking the L, and you guys can guess why. You're absolutely goated. But yeah, as you guys can see, he didn't really have a good day passing the ball on me. But he did run me over both literally and figuratively. Just try to combine those two words. Very funny. But yeah, he had 22 carries for 176 yards and 3 touchdowns. This dude, I had no idea who Jaheim Heim was before we played, but I now know who Jaheim White is. Different guy. But Mr. White, yeah, he was a demon, especially considering at probably the first quarter mark, he unlocked Heisman Spin Cycle and Heisman Human Joystick. This guy was disgusting. And as you guys can see, I kept it within 3 points the entire game. I basically could have forced... I mean, if you're playing the shoulda, coulda, woulda game, technically I could have won the game. But as I will show you guys right now, I actually lost this game in the most beastly way possible, as you guys can see. I had 227, 1 touchdown. Should have threw 1 pick, but we technically both should have threw 1 pick, but we both had drop picks, so very fortunate. My running back had 14 for 128, 2 touchdowns. I had a pretty good rushing game myself, but the reason why I lost my game, as you guys can see, I missed 1 field goal. I missed a singular field goal. Now, this field goal, to be fair, wasn't at the end of the game to force overtime. This was a field goal at the very beginning of the first drive of the game, fun fact. And I shanked like a 20-yard kick. And it's super unfortunate because the entire beginning of the game was pretty laggy. And then the second quarter onward, it's like the lag went away. But I missed 1 kick via lag. And the reason why that would ultimately matter is because if I didn't shank that kick, then I would have been tied 31-31. Then I could have basically gone for a game-winning kick, but instead of me going for a game-winning kick, I had to go for a basically, the point is, if I don't miss my field goal in the first quarter, I more than likely have a chance to win the game at the very end, but I was down 3 rather than being tied or up 3, so... But, yeah, I had a pretty good game against him. I think, considering the team gap we had, I played pretty well. Yeah, we both had some hilariously dropped interceptions, though. I had a ball literally bounce off the forehead of my linebacker, staring down the QB, and he had a ball bounce off his linebacker's forehead and his hands. And somehow neither of us caught either of our picks. It was pretty funny, but yeah, GG's to him. And God, I cannot wait to have a better team, because when you're playing a running back with 93 speed and platinum abilities, and my defense is so bad, right? My left edge has 73 speed. My right edge has 76 speed. My D tackles 60 to 70 speed. My Sam linebacker 76 speed. The fastest guy on my team, Bo Barton, wasn't even playing. I think he got hurt or wasn't on the field. My main, Jesus Machado, great name, 81 speed. As you guys can see, the only guys who could really keep up stride for stride with the running back was my corners. But even then, 93 is still bigger than 90. So, and 94 acceleration is still bigger than 91. So, realistically, every single play that running back touched the ball, there is nothing I could do but try and tackle him. And for the most part, I kind of did that. Not every play, of course. As you saw, he ran for fucking 200 plus yards. But, on like 20-something carries, so that was not the worst performance I've ever had, but yeah, hopefully next year when I can rematch him, because we are in the same conference, I can actually have a team that doesn't simply just get blown over by the slightest amount of speed. Now, mind you, I'm kind of over-exaggerating the problem a little bit because, you know, 94 speed is not a small amount of speed, but you get my point. Very irritating that your opponent can just basically have his running back do whatever he wants, and there's almost nothing I could do about it. The only times I really stopped him the entire game was like having a guy in like a super ultra aggressive hard flat and he would throw into the flat. That's pretty much the only way I stopped him the entire game. Something I feel like he could have got a little more away with was running back streaks. I'm very fortunate he didn't at any point put his running back on a streak, but with 94 speed, it literally didn't matter who was in coverage. That guy could just run a straight line. There's like nothing I can do, but luckily he threw a bunch of dump offs and running plays and not, you know, fuck it and chuck it plays. So yeah, lost by 3. Good game. Let me go ahead and catch up on chat. We can hop into our sim. Good there. Layton, shout out you, first member of the fam in chat. Appreciate you, big dog. Shout out Brad as well. KJ. LeVar, how we doing? How we doing? That RB and QB is a nasty running combo. Well, ironically enough, the QB wasn't even that hard to stop. It was just the running back. The running back was just so much faster than everybody else. It made my life a living nightmare. And what's funny is I had no idea how good he was until I, unfortunately, decided to go check his depth chart and realized, oh, shit. This guy is kind of fast now, isn't he? Ignorance probably would have been bliss there. I probably shouldn't have paid attention, but oh well. Vols, how we doing? How we doing? Speaking of Vols, got to play Tennessee in the conference championship. Let's go ahead and auto upgrade our team and get this sim done. 6 likes in the VOD. Appreciate you. Watch me like lose the first game I stream on stream. That'd be funny. I'm finding Arkansas playbook is very dependent upon the RB and the QB. That's not good. Nice. Currently, we are on a 3 natty win streak. And assuming we won our conference versus Tennessee, we should be on a 4-year win streak. The current playbook I'm using this year is Boise. And I'm going to wait for the Heisman to get done before I commentate on the Boise book.
each other better, but ultimately the night's going to belong to one.
Oh, another thing I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys is I have officially begun doing the data points for 4- and 5-star QBs. Do I not have a single player in the Heisman? Really? I don't have a receiver, QB. Oh my God! Wow, that's depressing. I didn't have a single person on the Heisman watch. Wow, that's shocking. Not winning it, but just not even on the list is sad. Hey, Syracuse, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, been pretty busy these last couple days. Between my running back gets the Doak Walker, but doesn't get on the Heisman watch. He must not have had that many rushing TDs. To win the Doak Walker and not be a Heisman nominee is a crazy fact. We did, in fact, win the SEC. That's good. So, obviously, we still got more games to play. But this BYU playbook was the playbook I simmed this year to keep the undefeated streak going. And this BYU playbook's weird. I will show you guys momentarily why. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab my season stats. So, as you guys can see, my QB this year, this is in the BYU playbook. 76% is not bad. I would like that to be upwards of 80, but 76% is not bad. He only threw for 3,666 passing yards. That's kind of shit, considering he's borderline maxed out on literally everything. So, struggling to throw for 3,000 yards is not fun. Threw for 30 TDs and 4 picks. This BYU playbook is not a very QB-friendly offense, I am learning. Which makes sense because, holy shit, look at my running back numbers. My RB1 had 1,400 yards, 14 TDs. Again, he won the Doak Walker, but didn't make the Heisman list, which is just funny. My RB2 had very similar stats for the, again, percentage per carry. One had 7 yards per carry, one had 6, one had 14 touchdowns, one had 16 touchdowns. Not bad. And my QB had almost 500 yards on the ground with 8 rushing touchdowns. Damn. This BYU book kind of... It's not the best for your QB, but at least it's not bad for your RB either. And then receiving, my 99 overall receiver barely had 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, which kind of makes sense because if you're not passing the ball and you're running a lot, obviously your QB and receiver numbers are going to suck. That's like no shit, Sherlock, but I wasn't expecting them to suck this poorly. I mean, I guess technically poor is not... My tight end cracked 650 and I had 2 receivers, BYU or Boise. I'm in BYU. I have not said Boise a single time. But, yes. Not very interesting, the receiving numbers, but it'd be that way. Sacks. Even though I have 99 overall players, they're still giving up sacks. I love this game. For our D-line had no edge rusher crack double-digit sacks in the regular season. That's depressing. Interceptions are... our CB1 Vols had 7 picks. Kicking, guy was 94%. Damn. Damn. I don't know if this playbook is going to take us home. Just because we've had lots of close games this year with the BYU playbook, right? We beat Tennessee by 13 points, which isn't a very large margin of victory for how good of a team we have. So that's scary. We almost lost to A&M at the beginning of the year. We almost lost to Arkansas midway through the year. We almost lost to garbage 7-5 Florida, that's because they scored 21 points in the fourth quarter. As per usual, gotta love Sim. What else? So yeah, just overall, not very impressed with this BYU playbook. Not very impressed with BYU. I'm gonna keep going with it. If we lose the streak, we lose the streak, but not very impressed. The QB numbers weren't insane. The receiving numbers weren't insane. The halfback numbers, they're good, but they're not insane, right? Like Arkansas's was better. Arkansas's was better. Notre Dame was much better. So it's just obviously the redacted playbook, which is no longer redacted, but I'm going to keep calling it the redacted playbook for shits and giggles, is better. So BYU's just kind of meh. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just meh. Get to play the Colorado. Nice. Let me go back and read chat. I'm behind a little bit. KJ Roma first natty with Rutgers. Hell yeah. Big Ten some fucking hell. That's funny. That's funny. I feel that, man. Vols 3-star and 97 speed elusive back with elite dev. That's pretty good. Arkansas's playbook OP. I don't know if I'd put the Arkansas playbook in the overpowered category, but it's certainly good. It's a good playbook. Vols, I'd rather chat be all one person than to have nobody in chat. You're fine. Also, apparently, I don't respect the University of Hawaii, so next year, the playbook we will be testing will be Hawaii. Someone told me in my YouTube comments, which I think is kind of a load of horseshit, but someone told me in my YouTube comments on my best playbook video that... Where are they? That these stats that my receiver put up is child's play compared to the stats receivers put up in the Hawaii playbook. So allegedly, from what this YouTube commenter is stating, I can get a receiver with 40 plus touchdowns and 4,000 plus yards a year. I want to call cap. I don't think there's any way I can get any one receiver 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, but I'm still going to try. So we're going to see. And if we lose the win streak because of the Hawaii playbook, we lose the win streak because of the Hawaii playbook. But yeah. I don't see a world where any playbook gets you 4,000 yards with a receiver. Just because to get this receiver with 2,500 yards took 16 games. So the fact that he's essentially going to have to double this is just not going to happen. Again, if you guys go read the comments. The next playbook after I try, this year was BYU. I have to try Auburn because multiple people recommended Auburn, BYU, Hawaii, and I might pull up my YouTube comments and read them in a moment, but I think someone also said, what was it? It was a different playbook, but yeah, we'll see if I can get the Hawaii playbook to go burr like that, because if the Hawaii playbook shits out a wide receiver with 4,000 yards, then that'll trump the Boise playbook by a wide margin. But again, I've not ever used the Hawaii playbook, and I've never seen the playbook ever have any success in sim. So my guess is that the reason why the Hawaii playbook puts up those numbers is because they don't run the ball, kind of like what USC does, where USC literally passes the ball like 90% of the time. So Hawaii's might just be like 100% pass, 0% run. So we'll see. I got lots of playbooks to keep testing, but currently, where's the history section? Currently, we're on a 3-year winning streak. So 16-0, 16-0, 16-0. I can't read. 16-0, 16-0, 16-0. There we go. From 2038, 2039, and 2040, we have not lost the game. And I'm hoping we can keep that trend going with BYU. That way, even though this is a mid playbook, it can win itself a natty. We beat Colorado. Good. Good, 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 good. My game just crashed. This has been happening a lot today. It's like my third or fourth crash today. It's been really bad. When are we starting? When I get confirmation that this newest update, Vols fixed the game.
It's in the game.
I've been told they've fixed the game several times. And they have yet to actually fix the game. Which, by the way, speaking of fixing the game, in the game I played against Dominate Dynasty a couple hours ago, we both ran aggressive O-line blocking, 0 holding penalties for both players, and the pancake problem was really bad. So I think EA has nerfed aggressive blocking several times, and it still hasn't been nerfed enough. You can still run aggressive blocking, get 0 holding penalties the entire game, and then just get free pancakes on like every other run play. It's terrible. Emoji Hawaii was very good in 25. Well, like, see, that's the thing, is that I don't want a playbook that just puts up good stats. I want a playbook that puts up the best stats while also winning every game. So, like, if what the guy was saying is true about the Hawaii playbook, where the Hawaii playbook just pretty much exclusively throws it to one and only person, I could definitely see that being very alluring for stats. But, like, you're not going to win games doing that. Like, if you just throw the ball to one singular receiver every play, it's very funny for the stats, but you're not going to win games like that. So, would I rather win me a natty, win me a Heisman, and have really good stats, or would I rather lose me a natty, but win a Heisman and have the best stats in the game? So, we will see. But we did beat Colorado by several scores, mostly because they scored in the fourth quarter. And now we get to play Oregon. Balls, the Hawaii playbook's good, but not that good? We'll see. We will see. Actually, I think I just go find the YouTube comment right now. Because I only have like fucking 80 comments on my video. Maybe a little more now that the video's been live for an extra day, but can't have that many comments. Oh, here it is right here, guys. That took 30 seconds to find it. By Dragon X Extron Dragon over here. He said, I had maybe 80 touchdowns in sim with the Hawaii offense. I asked him if it was offense, like combining your RB, QB, or what. And he said his QB had 102 passing yards Lamau. I don't know what that really means. But yeah, another comment too. Yeah, right here. Surprised you didn't mention Hawaii passing numbers are insane. I haven't used them yet, is what I said here. Then ODX says here you go. ODX says, why does everyone literally crush my the numbers you showed on screen? He had 162 receptions, which is only like probably 40 more than mine, 30 or 40 more, about 200 more yards than mine, and about the same number of touchdowns. So that's what sparked the Hawaii thing. Again, I can't prove the validity of their claims. I have never used it this year, but we'll see. We'll see. But there was some definite Hawaii glazing going on in the comments of my video. Those two fellows weren't even the only two guys who actually glazed Hawaii. There were several other glazers, so Hawaii popped up enough times where I gotta try it. Now, we were gonna probably lose our streak because of it, but It'll get tried. Arkansas is better than Auburn. I would probably bet Arkansas is like a top 5 playbook. So to be fair, Vols, Arkansas would be better than most playbooks, but yeah. KJ also used Hawaii. My QB went 52-1 with 5K yards. See, that's not bad. Like 52-1 with 5K yards is definitely not a bad season for sure, but like that's about what every like elite other playbook was doing. So I wouldn't say it's particularly great. Yeah, Vols, I gotta try Texas Tech. I need to. It was the playbook everyone thought I was using before the redacted playbook got exposed. Your RB also put up 1,600 yards and 20 TDs. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of numbers. I think they're a good team playing with a shit conference. I mean, that's a possibility as well. But like as you can see, KJ, I just beat Oregon by 40 points. So like, is he a good team, or was he using a good team playing bad opponents? Or was he just did he have a really good team and just beat the fuck out of people? So I mean, my RB1 had 20 carries for 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. My RB2 had 9 carries for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. This BYU playbook, it may not be very flashy, but dude, this playbook just shits out touchdowns. Which, hey, it be like that sometimes. Now we're in the Natty. Is that undefeated Notre Dame versus Oh, we got undefeated versus undefeated. Let's go. Let's go in and watch this in Fast Sim. Do we have any cool unis? I actually forget if we do have any unis with this team. Any alternates? We have no alternates. Oh, that sucks. I kind of like they're all whites. They're all whites are kind of clean. But no, like all grays or all blacks with this team is kind of sad. Ooh, that's a dope helmet, actually. I can't change the crowd. That makes sense, I guess. 9 likes, appreciate y'all. Oh, another thing. So I just brought up the comments from the previous video. Dude, the amount of fucking people that was going irate in the comments of my fucking previous video arguing over the difference between menu sim, super sim, or menu sim, fast sim, and slow sim blows my mind. I probably told like 25 plus people, give or take, about like, dude, if you want to fix your slow sim, there's no playbook in the game that's going to fix slow sim. Slow sim, everybody plays bad. It doesn't matter what your stats are. It doesn't matter your abilities. If you run default sliders and you play in slow sim, they just play bad. And like the amount of people that were leaving, this video's clickbait because I ran your settings in slow sim. My QB threw like 5 picks. I'm like, well, yeah, it's slow sim. Slow sim sucks. Like, the fuck? But their logic is like, if it doesn't apply to me, it's clickbait. And I'm like, I don't know about that, Chief. That's a bit dangerous logic to have. If it doesn't apply to you, it's clickbait. Come on, defense. Bow up for a quarter. Bow up for a quarter, defense. Hey, we cranked out a 50 burger in the Natty, baby. We just dropped a 50 burger on your head, random white guy who looks like he's 25 years old.
These great teams, these great coaches.
Give me my 4 straight natty, baby. Give it to me.
So that's it. We are sorry to see an ending to a wild, very exciting season of college football. Let's pay tribute.
And look who is player of the game. My quarterback. 350, 80%, 4 touchdowns.
Our entire crew behind the scenes. I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are official. Your kings of college football.
My players are... Okay, dude, I swear to God, they add, like, new bugs every single update. Right there, it was showing my players carrying me off the field, and I was glitched off the camera. Like, I didn't exist. Crazy. Chat, I think I might be able to get my my organ rebuild from last year to come back this year. If I can keep putting up these numbers, 10 sim losses in 30 seasons like we had last year might actually be doable this year. Which is a crazy statement for me to make, but you guys can see right here. This is getting kind of crazy, man. We have all of TD now, all of base motivator, base recruiter, which means now it'll cost us an absolute just shitload of points, but we can go down to elite recruiter finally. 10,000 years and is such a crick in the neck, man. Such a creak in the neck. Dude, shout out the GOAT, Robin Williams, man. One of the best comedians I've ever seen. I should have an A+ for everything. I've won my 4th straight, Daddy. Oh, shit. Another thing, chat. And I'm not going to pull my own YouTube comments back up because you guys can just go find them. But there was a dude in my comments that was like, going 16-0 is not hard. All you have to do is run 100 aggro on offense and 100 aggro on defense, and you'll never lose. And I'm like, dude, that is insane. That's insane. And I like, the highest I ever ran was 75 offense. I've never run 100 unless I was playing like 40 overall teams. But that dude was like, nah, bro, you got to run 100-0, 100D. And I'm like, you're insane. Like respectfully, you're insane. I wish I had that guy's sim luck. I agree. I was running 75-0. And my dudes were just chucking the season away on 75. I can't imagine upping that bitch to fucking... Ooh, we are losing money. I don't think I can bring you back. Yeah, you want almost 500 bucks? Yeah, the 99s can just leave. It's unfortunate I'm losing them, but they want lots of money. I can't afford that. That's expensive. I wouldn't mind bringing this receiver back, but he wants 5 hundo, and I don't really want to give him 5 hundo, so we're not giving him 5 hundo. Hey, Syracuse, I appreciate the shout out. If you guys can be sure to like the stream, it does support me a ton. And makes me feel better. So you guys can be sure to smash like. Bro, some of these guys want fucking paychecks. Which is fine. Because they're worth it. But they just want the bag, bro. I think all the big boys gotta go. This guy transferring out because of champ contender makes no actual sense. If he wants champ contender, why would he be leaving a team that just won 4 natties in a row? Yeah, I can't. I can't afford him. I can't. He's too far gone. He wants ludicrous money. I mean, to be fair, we got lots of money too, but the issue is I can't use the portal though. Yeah, I guess that kind of evens things out. I'll let these guys walk, but actually, I'll let this D-tackle go. Because you always got to check the rest of your roster. There's always hidden guys that never pop up on the high risk chart. And you really don't want to get caught with your pants down. Example, as you guys can see, my backup right tackle, he was going to leave. Not no more. He's staying. Ooh, my starting edge was also trying to leave. No. Why are we... Okay. Why are you trying to... If your deal breaker is champ contender, and I've just won the national championship, why are we leaving? Am I just stupid, or do I not understand what champ contender means? Because to me, champ contender is what team has the best chance to win the natty, and we've done that 4 years in a row. Maybe I'm a bit dumb, and my comprehension of basic reading materials is out the window, but I feel like that should be here. I have like $400. What do I want to do? I have the money to bring one guy back. Who would that one guy be? I'll give the D-tackle the bag. You spent 1,000 for both of your corners? Big money. Big fucking money. Brad, I agree. EA's stupid. I also agree with that. Sam, giving just expectation by position you said was cheesy last week. The CPU does it every year for all teams every season. That's not what I said, Sam. What I said was going into the players who can't leave and making their contract 0 is cheesy as fuck, and I'm not doing that. Oh, shit. We got lots of dudes leaving. Please come back. Please. Don't leave me. No, my 94 sophomore. You weren't supposed to leave me, you dickhead. The rest can leave. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 first round picks. Good shit. Yeah, I don't really have roster spots to use, so... Oh, I could really go for these guys, but, like, I already got stuff, so we're good. That's kind of the thing, is that my roster is so full with players that I really can't use the portal anymore. Which is, like, a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's more money I can save for future expenses. It's a bad thing because I'm not getting the good players out the portal, therefore the CPU's getting the good players at the portal, so I'm actively making the game more difficult on myself by not stealing those players, but... Let's go peek the, signings. How many star and elite devs do we got? Impact dev safety. Ouch. Star dev safety. Nice. Impact dev linebacker. Ouch. Star dev linebacker. Nice. Elite dev wide receiver. Nice. Impact dev receiver. Ouch. Ouch. Elite dev receiver. Nice. This QB does in fact have star dev. Nice. I took several prayers in this class, so we hit on one of the prayers. Huge. This guy also is star dev. We hit on 2 prayers. Nice. He's elite dev. Nice. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, where's my pen and paper? Wait, I might have to write this down for the video. Where's my pencil? 88. He is 86. 84. 84. 77. Yeah. Well, so I haven't, like, obviously finished the video yet, or even the notes before the video, but this year in my potential Prodigy series, I am differentiating the attributes of 4 stars and 5 stars. Last year, I combined them because the the attribute gap wasn't that large. Example, most 4-star pocket passing QBs that were good had 93 plus throw power last year. That's also the same thing 4 or 5 stars had. So it's like, why make 2 different categories if the numbers are the same? This year, I obviously can't do that because the amount of statistical variation that's going into each attribute now is kind of insane. So, one, I'm going to make the videos longer and smaller at the same time. This year, when I make my breakdowns of the archetypes, I will only be covering that archetype in the video. So, like, example, when I do the pocket passer video, it'll just be for 4 and 5 star pocket passers. It will not include athletes. It will not include... Actually, I lied. I might include, if the video's not long enough, I might do 2 of them. But the days of me having, like, a 3-hour YouTube video where you guys can, like, scroll through the video and find every different thing, I'm not doing that. That's too much. So, yeah, this year you'll probably get, depending on the archetype, 1 to 2 per video. And for my own numbers, I've concluded this guy's pretty good. So far, again, take this info with a grain of salt. I haven't, like, theory crafted this very much, but it looks like to me that for every pocket passing QB, nice, there's about 3 stats that matter. So if you can keep those 3 stats, you can pretty much guess their dev trait a lot. Not always, but a lot. And I'm sure you guys could probably guess one of the most important attributes for the pocket passing category is throw power. If your QB doesn't have throw power, not always, but most of the time, that's not good. So. Nice. How have y'all been this week/weekend? It's been several days since we've had any streams. Nice. Got a pretty sexy roster here, not gonna lie. Do you guys think for the Hawaii playbook, I should run a pocket passer or a dual threat? Because the pocket passer would probably be better. We'll have to see, though. Nah, you got to move to left tackle, Big Hoss. You got to move to tackle, buddy. I'm sorry, but you're an 87 overall or a 95 overall. You got to play tackle. KJ, yours a pocket passer? Okay, that's helpful. Thank you. Yeah, backup left guard. Eh. Can I move him across? It's probably not. Ooh, I lied. Ooh, that's a big lie. Why do you jump so high? Dude goes from an 87 to a 91? What the hell? Well, if you're going to jump that high of an overall, they both do. Okay. I don't technically have to move them, but... Let's move you to left guard. A pretty large left guard, but let's move you. And then move you to right guard. And then we move the other right guard to center. It's a very not fluid O-line, but that's how we like it around these parts. What playbook now? We just won our 4th straight undefeated season, Jones, with BYU. We tried BYU playbook. I'm not going to say the BYU playbook's bad, but it's a very uninspiring playbook where your receivers don't really do very well. Your quarterback doesn't do very well. It's kind of like Notre Dame's, but the downside is your running back doesn't also do that well. So it's a very weird playbook where your offense in general is not crazy, but like we didn't lose a game. So it's, and then we kind of blew out our playoff opponents by like 30 plus points. So it's very not inspiring, but it worked. So can't complain. Can't complain. I only have 1 high overall edge rusher this year. Ooh, I don't like that. That concerns me immensely. I must have had 2 go. Oh yeah, that's right. I had one of those like high 80s / low 90s guys I tried to bring back and he went pro. Yeah, that's what happened. I was like, didn't I try to bring someone back? I did, but he left anyways. Shit. Oh, dear God, the guys on our field. Holy shit. Okay. Well, for starters, the star dev QB is in fact playing QB. That's not a debate. He's playing QB. He is also playing QB. He's also star dev. I know I have 9 QBs in my QB room. We're going to cut a few of them, so don't you worry. Linebacker. Okay. So I kind of need to have at least 1 freshman running back in here because I got 4 sophomores and these 2 seniors are leaving next year. So I don't mind one of you leaving. My issue with backfield threats is, I think actually, I know this is like a future video for future shit, but someone asked me what's the easiest player to get drafted in the game. I think the new answer is backfield threats. Backfield threats, I think, are the worst running back to recruit because they develop too fast. And the reason why is because it doesn't matter what you upgrade on them, it matters. Right? You can't upgrade their IQ because their IQ also upgrades blocking, which is huge for their overall. You can't upgrade elusiveness because that's huge for juking and spinning, which is very high to their overall. And obviously you can't upgrade route running and catching because those 2 stats are huge for their overall. So you're pretty much exclusively allowed to upgrade power and speed. And if you go in any other category, they just balloon to like a 95 plus overall player. So the wave this year might not be getting backfield threats. Backfield threats just upgrade too easily. And what that roughly means is that you got to choose if you want them to be good or great. And that's very hard because, again, everything you upgrade affects their overall so heavily. So at least for like backfield or for like east-west playmakers, you could upgrade the catching stats. It doesn't really do much. You could upgrade their hands. It doesn't really do much. For contact seekers, elusive bruisers, you can just dump theirs into power. It doesn't really do much. But for backfield threats, there's almost nothing you can upgrade that doesn't matter. And since every attribute matters, keeping them a low overall is almost impossible. It's really hard. So some future video for some future stuff. I'm gonna move him to Sam. Why not? Winnie does the backup Sam. Not bad. We have a physical route runner, another lurker, and a backfield threat. The physical route runner, he's 6'5", 230. He's like a very solid size to play tight end. But the issue is we kind of already have a bunch of tight ends. We have 3 elite dev tight ends. So I don't see a world in which he plays tight end. And obviously we have 35 receivers, so he's probably not playing receiver or tight end. Different guy. I was about to say, you can play safety, a different guy. So he is large enough to play D-end. He's 6'5", 230. He has 72 COD, so there's no universe he's ever playing safety. He's either playing backer or playing tight ends. I mean, 72 COD is just so bad. It's just so bad. I'm going to try to throw him at Mike. He's a huge creature, so... Speaking of which, we have a safety over here who actually has some pretty solid COD. We're not, like, super bad for safety, but he actually could play safety. We'll throw you at will, why not? And honestly, just because we have so many guys, I'll probably just slap you at running back. I know I just said I would move them, but we're kind of full everywhere, and I have a gut feeling we're about to be cutting some RBs off this team, so. Watched your video. Good shit. Hey, thank you, Jones. Stats are met, but yes. Texas Tech next. Technically, I think Auburn's next. And then after Auburn, we'll do Hawaii. And then after Hawaii, we'll probably do Texas Tech. I'm going based off the recommendations from the playbook video, Jones. Love turning contested specialists into DBs. I also love turning backfield threats, Jones, into DBs as well. Because their base catching stats all in the 80s. Their base catching is so high. It's so aggressively high. Which is pretty cool. Plus, their press and shit is so low for when you're moving an athlete running back to corner that they'll have 99 man, 99 zone. And they won't even cost you that much. They'll be like an 80 overall corner with 99 stats because their press is like 40. I'll just max out the accuracies because we'll get more tokens mid-year for IQ. And then this guy will save for the Hawaii video. Or video. The Hawaii year. So we'll just burn your tokens real quick. Actually, let's go ahead and just get these. Not because it does anything, but looks cool. I don't want to buy IQ. And that's why we don't want to buy IQ. Shit. Hey, Syracuse, I appreciate that. Needed that playbook video. Appreciate you. I appreciate that, Syracuse. Thank you. Let me go ahead and add you to the Wall of Fame, big dog. Which, by the way, my newest VOD, I have it updated, so all your donos should be there. Damn it! Jones, when you said W Syracuse, it like moved chat up just a smidge, and so when I screenshotted it, I grabbed the wrong screenshot. That's kind of funny. But yeah, huge shout out Syracuse. I appreciate that. Thank you. Y'all do be paying the bills, so appreciate that. Athlete contact seekers also make mean LBs and edge rushers if you can find fast ones. My issue with contact seekers, Jones, is they're what do I make it? Let's get elusiveness first, I guess. But my issue with athlete, or even if they're like athlete contact seekers, their COD is so bad that it really fucks them. So, like, when you move them to linebacker, they have, like, 70 change of direction. Which is really bad for linebackers. Probably not the end of the world for, like, sim. But, like, if you actually played with them on the field, having a 70 COD linebacker would be horrible. Okay, so this year we got maxed out elusiveness. Next year we'll probably go power and speed. And then his third year, we'll do accuracy IQ. 12 likes, appreciate y'all. Look at this elite dev guy that we got, by the way. Look at this stud. He says actually a star dev, but dude's an absolute animal. Chat, what's wrong with my Pure Runner? Hey, yo. Is my Pure Runner broken? Why does my Pure Runner have garbage, juke, break, sack, and spin move? Hello? I thought they're supposed to have really good juke, break, sack, and spin move. What the fuck? Well, that's not good. He got 2 overall from 2 IQ upgrades. Huh. I don't know why, but I feel like backfield or Pure Runner should have better juke and spin and shit. Mine's nearly maxed upgraded, and his isn't that good. He must have forgot his whole gimmick. Yeah, it's like he's basically a depressed dual threat. Because dual threats have, like, solid juke and spin move, but nothing crazy. Like, just for context. Yeah, look at this. My dual threat, or this is a backfield creator, excuse me. My backfield creator has almost 10 to 15 more attributes in the same category. And the difference is 1 bucket. Like, it's the difference is he has 20 out of 20 upgrades. My other guy is 19 out of 20. There's no way one bucket would make that big of a difference. That's fucking weird. I mean, IQ's always boosted them a lot for, like, everything. But the real question, Jones, is why his juke, spin, and break sack are so bad. That's terrible. 97 speed, though, so. Speed go Burr. So he'll be the starter this year. When we do the Hawaii playbook, he'll be the starter. And by then, these two should be cooked, so. We have QB for days. QB for days. Well, considering you're now starting, we need you to be in tip-top shape. Which, after further review, I probably, like a dumbass, just fucked this up. I should have upgraded both of his power now, and then during the year grabbed IQ. Because now the CPU is going to auto-spend these 12 tokens, which we basically just wasted. And he's not getting 20 points mid-year to... Yeah, we fucked that up. L. Bro, he's just 2 tokens short from 3 upgrades. Ouch. Luckily, though, he does get route running bumps, so that's good. With his low, with his health low, is his health really that low? Oh my god, it is. Dude, this cat has fucking 80 stamina, 83 injury, and 88 toughness. That's putrid, man. That is so bad. Literally, this guy is one cut stick away from just losing his entire lower half. That's crazy. I know we have wear and tear and injuries turned off for this, but if I had wear and tear and injuries on, this dude is literally one just low tackle away from exploding. Guy would go from healthy to dead in one tackle. Holy shit. See, here's the problem, chat. What am I supposed to upgrade here? I guess we do route running. Well, that still gave me an overall, but... Oh, that was such a mistake by me. Shit. Yes. No. No. I should have bought power. Please, no. He's an 86 going into his junior year. He'll be a monster. A north-south receiver. Ooh. Let's max out your hands real quick. And we'll max out your speed and then dump the rest in IQ. Horrible idea. Let's not do IQ. Let's do route running. Fuck. His overall's going up regardless. No, please stop. $13 legs. Appreciate y'all. Let's just go ahead and max out. Actually, let's go get the speed maxed out. Get the first 2 notches of speed, then we'll do power. We're missing some upgrades in hands. Not bad. That's how we do it, man. We keep the studs out front and the soon-to-be studs in the back. Oh, shit, you have no IQ? Well, that might be an issue now, might it? Oh, he's dumb. Oh, he's so dumb. Oh, this entire season, I'm gonna probably be buying IQ. If he could have got like a red shirt or stayed 1 year, he'd be perfect, but... Wide receiver 1, go Burr. Now, he needs to be a decently high overall to be my wide receiver 2, but he doesn't need to be high enough to get drafted, so we're gonna go max IQ for you. Got these damn ants. Not sure what insect of choice you guys choose to deal with during the summer times, but I have to deal with a wide variety, one could say a slew of insects. And the annoyance of the month for me right now are these damn ants. These little shits get on my ankles and bite my ass. I guess the actual technique is pinch. They pinch my ass, but either way, they fucking annoy me. And it no feel good. But I'd rather deal with these than what I have to deal with during the winter time, which are fucking 1.5 foot long centipedes and millipedes. Not sure if I have any anime watchers in chat, but I really didn't understand why Kaneki hated fucking centipedes so bad until I had one on me one night. I was like, yeah, never again. Chat, I literally have like pictures on my phone if I can go find them and post them in Discord. You guys can see. But I have literal pictures on my phone somewhere of like me grabbing 2-liter bottles of like Sprite and just shoving them in there. And they'd fill up like most of the 2-liter bottle. I fucking hate those things. With a passion. And what's funny is the centipedes eat the millipedes. So you would think, well, basically, if you have a problem with both of them, wouldn't they like eat each other into extinction? Even though the centipedes eat the millipedes, which is nice, that means the centipede population is high because they have an infinite food source. The other problem is when millipedes die, they stink. Which is like the other big problem with them, is if you crush them or do anything to them, the odor they release is awful. It's their only defense mechanism in nature is to just smell like shit. So, like, if I crush them, my room, putrid. If they die to the centipedes, putrid. If anything else eats them, putrid. It's just, oh. Horrible. I hate it. I'm gonna upgrade my run blocking, but this guy's a twig, right? I guess he's 220. He's not a twig, but he's not big enough to be taken seriously. Ants are crazy in PA this year, too. Man. This summer, I ended up not going to PA to go see my family up there. Ooh, I hate that. I hate that. I hate not having the funds to travel and see your family. Especially the older members. Rough, rough, rough. I might be a psychopath for upgrading his quickness, but that dude's so unbelievably slow. He needs to get some speed. Now, does that matter for Sim? Probably not, but he has it. Holy fuck, this pure blocker has max upgrade and power. Oh, he's built. Or the people are built. He's just built different. Holy shit. $96 injury, 9. Actually, wait, why is injury on there twice? Why does it say toughness, injury, strength, injury, trucking, stiff arm, break tackle? Why is injury on here twice? Chat, have any of you noticed that injury is here twice? That's crazy. I was gonna make a joke. He has 296 stats, but they're both injury. Wild. Chat, have you guys, have any of you been, not to like get super, go IRL here, but you know, I'm doing the spamming A simulator right now, so I gotta have something to yap about while I'm just doing the most boring thing in the game. Have you guys seen the update with the Carmelo Anthony shit? Bro, these new details about the court case is insane. And I know it's like pretty common for YouTubers to be like, this is the most insane, but like actually though, like for real, it's actually insane. And like, I'm not gonna blame his lawyers for like obviously trying to win. That's like the point, is to try and win. Like no shit, they're doing their job. But being like, hey, our last trial doesn't count because the judge is racist. And then the new judge being like, okay. Release the files. They're like, what do you mean release the files? It's like, release everything. Release the text messages. And I'm like, damn. Holy shit. How he didn't get, I mean, I guess they might. We'll see. I don't know if they can retry him. But how he didn't get the death penalty is actually insane. That dude was an actual menace to society, like high key. Who we talking about? The Carmelo Anthony case. The kid who stabbed that other kid at a track meet, like 2 years ago. Obviously, it's not going to help him much in prison, but in one of his text messages that we recently, had revealed was like, the dude was like, I'm gonna stab someone and lick the blood off my blade, or like some cringe lord shit like that. But then when he actually, you know, killed someone, he just becomes a crying little bitch. Beastly, you can't make fun of him, I can. He stabbed somebody. My internet bullying is the least of his priorities. At least if you're gonna be a fucking... be a freak in the text messages, be a freak IRL. Don't be a bitch IRL and then be a freak in the DMs. Yeah, Zero, they, I think they were shooting for a retrial. I forget the exact details, but something happened with, like, the old judge. And so now they're basically going at it part 2. And, we're finding out a lot of details we didn't know the first time during the first trial. And I'm like, oh, dude, this information is kind of pertinent to the case. Why weren't we given this information? Well, the answer is pretty simple, because the quote-unquote bad judge was in fact being a very good guy. But I now know it now, so fuck him. It's also really funny, too, because not just did we learn a bunch of details that were involving the Carmelo Anthony case, but we also learned about something about Austin Metcalf. And this shit cracks me up. So the lawyer that was defending Carmelo Anthony found dirt on Austin Metcalf. And then the lawyer that was representing Austin Metcalf found stuff on like they both mutually found shit on each other. And where this to me gets really funny is the lawyer that was defending Carmelo was like, Your Honor, my client didn't maliciously try to stab him because when Austin Metcalf was 10 years old, he bullied a girl when he was 10. And then the other lawyers were like, oh, I have DMs from your client saying he's going to stab and kill somebody. I'm like, oh my God, those aren't even close. Like, those aren't even in the realm of, like, comparable things. I have proof, Your Honor, your client, or this guy was a meanie head at the ripe old age of, like, 1st or 2nd grade. What do you have? I have DMs of your guy saying he's going to stab someone and drink their blood. Oh. Yeah, that didn't age very well. But we'll see. Just lost like 10 viewers immediately. That's funny. I yap about IRL shit for not even 30 seconds and just whoosh, gone. JG Lad, what are your thoughts about these GTA leaks? Dude, these GTA leaks are fucking insane. But they also are kind of meaningless. Like, I think it's funny that some, like, rogue random person has the digital copy of the game and just releasing shit. I think it's slightly comical. But he has an old, outdated version of the build. So, like, you could do the same thing with this game, like, 3 years ago. So, like, I would be willing to wager, like, 90 to 95% from the shit he's putting on Twitter is not going to be there when the game actually comes out. Like, I highly doubt most of that stuff's going to be there. Even, like, down to the small shit, like engine noises for, like, the cars. They could change those too. But at least we have, like, definitive proof now, like, what the game looks like, so. That's cool. But I'm also not a massive GTA guy, so. To me, it's like, whatever, but I know a lot of people who have a lot of eggs in the GTA basket. So they kind of need that game to be pretty good, not pretty shit. But we'll see. What are your guys' thoughts about the GTA leaks? I love upgrading well-rounded linemen. Well-rounded linemen this year gotta be the best. In terms of like sheer upgrading. Because you could dump all their tokens into IQ and footwork and it literally barely changed their overall. Like, I had almost 100 upgrade tokens to spend on him prior to touching IQ and footwork. He's an 83. At the pace I'm going, I'm going to max out IQ and footwork, and he'll be like an 85. Yes. Darn. Also realized after rereading your name, it's not JG Lad, it's J Glad. I'm retarded. My apologies. Bro, reading names is so hard. Not really, but yeah. This dude's an 86 overall, and I've not touched run blocking or pass blocking yet. Holy shit, he's an 88 overall, and I've not touched run blocking or pass blocking yet. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's going to be a redshirt sophomore, 95 plus overall next year. He's going to be an absolute fucking unit. So, like, here's the issue is he's my starting edge, but he's only a sophomore. So he's still a kind of a baby. Which means we're probably going to upgrade his IQ to the max. And then probably flip-flop between quickness and block shedding. I mean, I could just full send the block shed. Actually, I will do that. Let's just full send the shed and try and bring him back. I mean, 92s are expensive, but they're not anywhere near 95s or 99, so. I'll take it. The cool thing with edge rushers this year is it doesn't really matter if it's power move or finesse move or whatever they want. They're so expensive in terms of upgrades. Like, as you guys just saw, I just dumped like 80 tokens into his finesse moves. And now it's maxed. Edge rushers this year are kind of easy to edge, ironically enough. And as you guys know, for the YouTube crowd, we can't call it edging. We got to call it priming, but the same premises. Just getting your players prepped when they actually play. Which kind of actually intrigues me. Why is it so expensive to upgrade their pass rush moves? I feel like a why would be pretty interesting to hear from an EA dev. Because I feel like if you do it like proportion versus proportion, upgrading a speed or power rusher's rushing move has to be one of the most expensive buckets you could buy. Because, like, man and zone's not that crazy for corner. Like, catching and route running's not that crazy for receiver. Hell, even the throwing upgrades for QB is not that expensive. So I wonder why it's so expensive to upgrade these guys. The only thing I can even think that's even in the realm of, like, comparable in terms of how expensive it is to upgrade is probably, like, kicker and punter. They're also stupid expensive, which makes no fucking sense, but... Like, just to improve, like, what, 1 or 2 kick power costs 15 tokens? It's like, oh my goodness, what are we doing? Actually, what are we doing? If he's lucky, I doubt it, but if he gets enough tokens mid-year, we might get run stopping. I probably should have maxed it out, though, versus the speed upgrade. I've been waiting for so long. You know what? Let's get the speed upgrades done this year. I have a feeling he'll be starting next year, so he's max finesse move, max speed, which means next year we got to handle IQ and run stopping, which is not that expensive. Chat, what do you think Auburn's going to be like? Their playbook. Because I was supposed to use it last year and never did. But there have been some people who've been on that Auburn D and O for a minute, so. I think they're like a run-first playbook, right? A lot of RPOs and run plays. Maybe. I don't watch Auburn really ever play, so. I don't know Auburn ball like that. You're a D tackle, right? Let's grab this. Grab this. Grab this. Grab this. And we hope we get more tokens. Now, you, big dog, your job is to fill the middle. Which, speaking of filling up the middle, why is a run-stopping D-tackle so expensive? What the hell? I don't even have the points to buy his final bucket. It's so expensive. Jesus. I have an 85 speed, 91 finesse move. Gap specialist. My eyeballs. Let's upgrade this. I think if I remember correctly, pass rushing didn't really do much, right? Every like 5 or 6 upgrades, 4 or 5 upgrades, whatever it was, touches the overall. This is kind of getting insane. Can we like stop, please? I kind of want to keep him at an 87. But we're so close to perfection, though. Perfection, man. Perfection. I crave it. I want it. I need perfection. Oh, brother, you're also a gap specialist now? Okay, well, max IQ you get. We're probably going to go max IQ and... power? Yeah, we always go power. It's not even... yeah, power's a perfect 20. We can fix the IQ in it later. IQ and run stopping. Hell, next year, if we can keep him around for 2 more years, grab finesse move, but we'll see. Hude, do you prefer maxing overall or going or over abilities? Depends if I'm playing the league or if I'm simulating. Abilities don't work in sim, so there's no point in buying them. If I'm simming. If I'm playing the league, abilities matter more than everything else. Let's just dump these in finesse move. It doesn't do anything to overall. There we go. You're fine. You're fine, Hude. I don't typically do gameplay dynasties First time seeing you live? Hell yeah, appreciate that, man. I was gonna say I don't recall seeing your name or profile pic in my past live, so first time chatter, appreciate that. I don't typically play the AI just because one, I already play the AI enough. I'm in a content creator Discord with several other popular CFB YouTubers, so one, I play the game in that a lot, like every day or every other day. Two, we will be getting back my my other two gameplay dynasties for the 3 stars. So we had to kind of stop those because of game breaking issues with various bugs and shit. So now that those have since, from my knowledge, been fixed, I have to then get back doing that. So I normally play the game a lot. And specifically when I'm playing the computer, I kind of I can just smack the shit out of them if I'm being brutally honest. So I did one actual gameplay dynasty last year with Tulane, and within 2 seasons, I was just ripping the CPU by 80 plus points. And so to me, I've been a Madden player my entire life. I've been an EA Sports player, I guess, for that same time frame. So playing the AI is not that hard. Maybe at first when your team sucks, it's annoying. But like once when you have even an average team, the computer kind of becomes a cakewalk. So to maximize the longevity and the interest I have in these rebuilds, I don't typically play. What I'll do is I'll sim the regular season, and we get to the conference championship / playoffs. I will then go in and watch them in slow sim. That way, when we lose, I can blame the computer for selling my shit. And not myself. I do that enough already. Bro, when this guy actually steps onto my field as like the full-time starter, he's gonna be insane. I have 0 upgrades in pass coverage, and he's an 80-7. This guy's gonna be a 99 overall in 1 year. Normally by year 2 or 3, you have to make the sliders so lopsided it's nuts. I agree with you, Hude. Last year, we got to 5 seasons in my online dynasty. And by the end of the 3rd or 4th season, I forget which season it was, but I went in and changed the sliders. And it was actually refreshing having the computer be good again. It wasn't as simple as just, oh, I'm going to score 75 points in 2 quarters and be done. It actually required like, oh, I gotta like somewhat pay it. But then it gets annoying because like if you make the sliders for like your really good team and someone's not using a really good team, that person then gets fucked, right? So it's sliders, like many things, very hard. Much easier to control the gameplay when you're by yourself versus like a 32-person league, but we can get those tokens during the year. He might go up 1 or 2 more overall, but not bad. Which, speaking of which, Hude, I got a lot of comments. A lot of comments, and I've already covered this in the stream, but I'll yap about it again because it made me laugh. The amount of people, which, by the way, how you choose to play the game, I don't care, right? If you play every game, cool beans, you do you, boo-boo. However you bought the game, do it, play it however you want, it's your game, yada, yada, yada. But the amount of people who are like, hey, if you're not playing the game, you're playing it wrong. Or if you do, like, the fast sim shit's like, hey, if you fast sim, you're playing it wrong. Or if you slow sim everything with, like, coach mode or the OG coach mode, the old way of slow simming, hey, you're playing the game wrong. It's kind of wild to me at how many people view simulation differently. It's actually insane. Got 90 zone? Hell yeah. And I know, I think it was Zero a couple weeks ago. Someone asked me if I'll be doing any Madden rebuilds. Probably not. I probably won't do very many this year. Not sure if you guys are up to date with the shit show that's going on right now in Madden, but in typical EA fashion, they release a half-cooked, half-baked, half-assed product, and then we, the people, then suffer because we have to play it for about 6 to 9 months before they get the game even slightly playable. And, well, if you guys don't know, franchise mode across the board is kind of unplayable right now because of the contracts. Excuse me at a burp mid-sentence, but because of contracts. And if you don't know what I'm referring to with contracts, basically there's a new kind of negotiating style or system put in the game this year. I don't want to buy this. Ouch. But you can't just do what you used to do in Madden, which is, here's that X amount of money, years, blah, 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 blah. Now you actually have to, like, negotiate a contract, which sounds cool on paper, that you have to, you know, negotiate the terms, negotiate the bonus. Like, in terms of realism, it's good for the realism category. But the problem is, because it's good for realism, in real life, a player will not take a stupid contract because they know it's stupid, right? Like, in real life, I am not signing... who's the kicker for the Cowboys? Aubrey? Anyways, the kicker off the Cowboys, he's an absolute unit. I'm not going to sign him in real life to a 10-year, $200,000 contract. He would just look at me and be like, I'm not doing that, and then leave. But in game, if nobody gave him any offers, I could do that and he'd have to accept my offer. So this year in this Madden, they changed it to where now you have to kind of negotiate in the negotiation, which again sounds cool and very realistic. But the issue is the sim players are asking for way too much money. And I'm not referring to like too much money as in like a couple 100,000 to even like $1 million more. There are like 75 overall players getting like $500 million contracts. It is so bad. Like, you can't go normally if you did a franchise, excuse me, I played Dynasty too much. If I use the word Dynasty or franchise, just know I mean franchise. But in franchise, you normally can get away with a couple years before the salary cap gets fucky. This year, you can't go more than a year without the salary cap getting fucky. You just can't. The computer will be like, okay, this running back wants $40 million. He's worth $40 million, so we're going to give him $40 million. Even if that makes no actual sense. So yeah, you get these, you have teams now in franchise mode that are going literally hundreds of millions of dollars in debt by year 2. Which then causes other issues where, like, when they're in that much debt, they can't really trade, and it just causes so many problems. So if they don't get that shit fixed, I'm not playing it. So yeah, good job for making negotiations actually feel like negotiations, but again, typical EA fashion, they implement a new feature that is half-cocked, half-baked, and needs further evaluation. But in the meantime, have fun. Fucking crazy. Hooday, I like every way to play mana. I have a solo dynasty, a coach dynasty with 7 other people, and a 26-man play every game dynasty. Whatever the way you have fun, I say go for it. I agree. You prefer CFB over Madden? See, that's the problem, Hooday, is I agree with you. I think objectively CFB is better than Madden, but every year since 25, they just have been taking features of Madden and shoving them in this fucking game. Which is pissing me off. If I wanted to play Madden, I'd fucking play Madden. I don't want to play Madden. I don't care to play Madden. Stop turning this game into fucking Madden Lite or Madden 2.0. Stop it. Hate that shit. Bothers the fuck out of me. Pisses me off. It grinds my gears. IQ has to be more valuable here than pass coverage, right? Or is it run support? Ooh. I actually don't know what's the more valuable upgrade there. Mid-year, he'll probably get more IQ upgrades, but it's not saying much. While we're yapping about EA and their infinite wisdom, I played a game versus Dominate Dynasty today, and keep in mind, this is like, we're like, what, 4 or 5 patches in? I've lost count on how many updates we've already had in the game, but we're several updates in. If you run aggressive blocking, you still, A, don't get holding penalties, which is stupid, and B, you just auto pancake everybody. It's so ass. The fact that this shit's been nerfed like 4 or 5 times already and it's still this crazy is just fucking insane. Now, I'm not saying that he's a bad person for doing that because I also did that to him. We both were fucking each other over. But it's just the fact that literally he and I could both snap the football and half of both of our defenses just get fucking flattened like a pancake is wild. Nose tackles, D tackles, DNs, and even like chunky linebackers should not be getting tossed around like ragdolls or like JV squad players. I have 2 good strong safety. I should have moved 1 to fucking free safety. That's bad. Best defensive playbook you found for Sim. I just made a full YouTube video covering all playbooks today on my channel. But to answer your question, the best overall playbook is the, I think it's base 4-3. It's the best overall playbook. And the reason why is because, and I tried to explain this to people in the comments of my video, there's a lot of 4-2-5 defenders in my comments, which, again, I said it in my video. It's not like the 4-2-5 defense is like dog shit. I've never said it's a dog shit defense. But the issue with the 4-2-5 is it doesn't matter how good your players are on the field. If you play against a running playbook, you're going to get ran over. Whether it's Notre Dame in my video that ran for 80 rushing attempts, whether it's Arkansas that I have had screenshots where they've given up 65 rushing. Like, it doesn't matter what you play. This might be a problem, actually. Let's go double power. Fuck. I need him to stay a year because he's my fill-in next year. But the issue with the 4-2-5 is that it doesn't matter how good or bad the opponent is you're playing, right? I've lost a 75 overall Colorado with a 99 team. And I don't mean a 99 overall because overalls can be very skewed. I mean like 99 overall players, not a 99 overall team. Those are very different things. And still give up hundreds of rushing yards because the 4-2-5 can't stop the run. So you can't really, in my opinion, run the 4-2-5 consistently because you're just at the mercy of who you're playing against, which is just an awful feeling. It's a very miserable feeling just to cross your fingers and go, I hope to God I don't give up 380 rushing yards to 75 overall Colorado filled with 60 overall players. But the inverse of that, it's like, okay, Beastly, you can't run the 4-2-5 because if you ever play a rushing playbook, you're just doomed. I'll just run the 3-4 defense, which, objectively speaking, is the best run defense in the game. the 3-4, any 3-4 playbook you pick will have the best run defense. The issue is, ironically enough, the 3-4 has the worst pass defense in the game. If you want to give up thousands of passing yards per sim year, run a 3-4 defense. It doesn't matter how good your players are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You might have a random 65 overall QB throw for 500, 600 yards on your defense, which is just stupid. Because as the inverse of the 4-2-5, the 3-4 can't stop the pass. So if you pick the 4-2-5, you're going to get ran over. If you pick the 3-4, you're going to get passed all over. The only two defenses I've found that even remotely stop the run and the pass is the base 4 or the 4-3 and the 3-3-5. But the problem with the 3-3-5 is that it's basically just the shittier version of the 4-3. So it's like, if it's the shittier version of a different playbook, why would I just not use the better playbook? Which is why the best overall playbook is the 4-2-5. Or, my God, is the 4-3, not the 4-2-5. You get decent pass defense, but it's not the best. You get decent run defense, it's not the best. You get just decent overall defense, which is kind of what you have to have. Or you just got to go into every single week and just figure out what the opponent's running and then counter pick their playbook. But I'm not, that's way too much work. I'm not doing that. But so yeah, if you want to be risky, you run the 4-2-5. Want to be very, very consistent and safe, run the 4-3. When you get a chance, can you show your coach build? Yes, sir. It's the same coach build I have in my best Huday. I'm not sure if you watched my other videos, but I have a playbook video that breaks down the best playbooks in the game, which I'm still using for this video. And my best coach build video, which is a 2-hour-long video. So just skip through the video where I cover this stuff. You don't got to watch the full 2-hour video, but it's chaptered, so you can find the sections you want. This is basically the build. I have one perk in CEO, which is Lasting Impression. It's the best perk in the game. Don't at me. It's a must buy. I have tier 1 in Strong Roots because I have since learned how this perk actually works. It's an okay perk. Still wouldn't buy it too often, but it's okay. Relationship Builder's a must. Tier 1 for roster retention's a must. A tier 1 for coach family's a must. Not too shabby. For Motivator, I have Base Motivator, which is just tiers 1 through 3 for everything but kicker and punter, because XP go burr. Then for Talent Dev, I just bought it this year. I have all of Talent Dev minus kicker and punter because XP go burr. And then this year, I'll be starting Elite Recruiter finally, where I have the bare minimum in Elite Recruiter, and I will be soon buying the Elite Recruiter stuff. I Base Recruiter, bare minimum, and there you go. Coordinators, the best coordinators in the game. Elite Devs. Wow. Elite Recruiters. It's not really close. Talent Dev and Master Motivator are so overpowered on your head coach that you can just substitute that by buying Elite Recruiter coordinators, and because there's like 45 of them, they're not too rare to find. Mine have been on my team for so long, they're now buying Base Motivator, which is kind of funny that I have now soon to be Master Motivating Elite Recruiting coordinators. And yeah, bought some perks in Visionary. The Pro Pipeline's a very good perk. However, it makes your team more expensive, so buyer beware with this perk. And then obviously I have Rainmaker because I have Rainmaker because this shit cost me $150. So are these perks good? Not really, but I spent $150. So I'm buying those perks every dynasty I ever do because I've spent $150 on that one perk. That's too damn expensive. That is too fucking expensive to buy a mid perk. You haven't watched my video yet? Well, go watch the video, man. Vols, reload the page. Whether you're watching on like a tablet or a phone or a computer, just refresh the page. YouTube does that shit. That happened to me a lot last year. YouTube does this funny thing where if you keep a page or a tab open too long, it like dumbs out. It even does it on my end. Next time it happens on my end, I'll screenshot it just to show you guys in Discord, but If I keep my stream open for too long, watching my own stream back, it'll crash. But it won't crash forever. It'll crash for like maybe 5 seconds and then just load right back up. But yeah, Hude, basically the best coach build in this game is a identical coach build to last year. So shout out to EA for having the best coach build be the same coach build for back-to-back games. I do appreciate that. Makes my life very easy. I gotta cut 2 people off this team. And I don't know who is going to be. Objectively, it should be a tight end because I don't really, like, tight ends don't matter in Sim. They're very useless. Like, I've had 99 everything tight ends still catch, like, 500 to 600 yards. And I've had 75 tight ends do the same thing, so. Objectively, the correct choice is just cutting these 2 guys and moving on with my life, but I have a special place in my heart for tight ends because of Rob Gronkowski, so I'm not doing that. And I can't cut my O-line because we have like 3 of them, so can't cut D-line. Might be a corner, actually. Yeah. I might cut this corner. He's an impact dev guy, which is whatever. And then because I would feel bad for cutting anybody else, I'll cut this 88 overall tight end. And we should be good to go. Hude, kind of crazy. The coach build hasn't changed much since 25. Well, that's because, well, for the people who know ball, Hude, and the people who aren't shit at this game, yes. The coach build hasn't changed much in 3 years. But for all the not ball knowers, the coach build's changed a lot. Because I've been trying to get people off the retarded tactician tree for 3 years now. Tactician's objectively the worst tree in the game. So, and anything associated with tacticians also ass. But getting people to change their incorrect ways is always very hard. Very hard. I have my coordinators coming up for a rehire. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that staff points for as much money as we humanly can. Syracuse, have a good night. Beastly in chat. Workflow calls and people are in. Hey, have a good rest of your night, Syracuse. I appreciate that. Was it? I think it was 10, 15. I'm so bad for, what was it? $10. I appreciate the $10 dono, Syracuse. Have a good rest of your night. Don't be too crazy. Have a nice, safe work condition and go and save some lives. I will see you when I see you. We open up the year with Arkansas, who went fucking 1-11 last year. You can tell they've lost their playbook. Wow, you guys aren't that bad. Where's my shitters at? There you are. There they are. Like, where's my 58 overall teams? I will play Hawaii. Why are all the bad teams now good? It doesn't really matter. the Sacramento State, whatever you are. Who did 22K lol? What do you mean 22K? My coordinators both costing 2K? Yes. They are very expensive. Which is why I probably won't be allowed to bring them back. They're going to want like $3,000, $4,000. And I'm not going to be able to afford them. Because the game won't give me the money they want. Which I hate that so much. Oh, your Dynasty budget? Oh, yeah, no, we're a 5-star team. We've won 4 straight natties, so we're kind of beating people's ass right now. Just a little bit, though. Just a little bit. Oh, where's my pen? To update my fucking numbers. 5-star QB now has a cap of 99 throw power. No, 98 throw power. Does this guy have any other PRs? 91 short, no. 85 medium, no. 86 deep, no. Throw on the run, no. No. No, no. This dude literally only has good throw power. He fails every other stat check. Nice. That's the most impact dev corner I've ever seen. The moment I saw 91 speed, I was like, he's cooked. A slow speedster is bad. Oh my god, that's the first ever. That is the first ever zone corner I've ever seen with 99 speed. I've seen bump and run corners all the time have 99 speed. I have never seen a non-bump and run have 99 speed. Holy shit. A 97 throw power dual threat. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my goodness, a 90 speed edge rusher? Bro, we were a bit slow in the first half, but we recovered like crazy in that second half. We scouted 3 QBs. This guy looks okay, but whatever. This guy has great throw power, but that's literally it. This guy is really good at everything, so he's my my future stud. An 86 speed Will is kind of slow. I mean, it's not bad for a signal caller, I guess, but I would prefer faster linebackers. You're too slow to be on my field. Oh, lineman I probably need. So I might keep the 5-star lineman just in case. It's actually a really fast power rusher. What the fuck? You're way too slow to be on my field. Get off my field. He's fast. But the issue is speed at running back this year is not what it used to be. So if this was CFB 26, I'd be like guaranteed elite dev, but in CFB 27, this could be impact dev. It's a slow speed D tackle. Pass. You're a really slow edge rusher who's weak pass. You're a fast receiver. You're a very fast corner. See, it goes back to my point of these running backs. These two running backs are very fast, but one's going to be a bust and one's going to be really good. This speed rusher has no strength and not that fast. .85 speeds is kind of meh. You're a diva and you suck. No. So we're taking some swings on some 5-star linemen this year. That may be normal devs, but we'll see. Last year we swung a few times and did pretty well, so not too shabby. The game says we need more D tackles, so let's go scout them. Which, spoiler alert, these are the best D linemen in the game, so if you have the choice of scouting exclusively D tackles or edge, always go D tackles. For some reason, speed rushing D tackles are faster than speed rushing D ends, which just make no sense. Case in point, here's an 84 speed 4-star. That 5-star was 84 speed. Not even close. Come on, game. You're not going to toss me any good 4-star D tackles? You're really going to do this to me? Oh, they are so doing it to me. Hey, we found one. Finally. He's strong as hell. Take a big guy. And you're a bust. You are also a bust. Okay, well, you know what that means. You're slow. You're slow. You're fast. You're slow. A slow gap specialist is sad. You're slow. You're slow. You're also slow. I mean, it's not 100% chance, but considering how bad this D tackle class is, there's a chance I have a lot of good 4-star defensive ends. And height and weight doesn't really matter that much in Sim for D tackle, so I could just go scout D ends and move them to play D tackle. Because I see a couple dudes here that are moderately good, but like no super studs. Like an 84 speed D tackle is not bad. An 83 is not bad, but you know what? We'll just do that. I'll remove the sub 84 speed guys off the board. And if we get good enough defensive ends, I'll remove them all off the board. A diva that's actually worth it. Nice. Wait, I'll come back for these two. There's only one edge rusher, really. Really? And this works as well. Athlete O lineman also moved to play D tackle. And you're as fast as the other dunces. Okay, that's depressing. Okay, we need okay. That's not good. A big pop here. Hey. There's one pop. There's two pops. Can we catch a third? No, we can't. Okay, well, we tried. So this will end up being my D-tackle class. I'll have these two guys who might play D-tackle, and I'll have these two guys guaranteed to play D-tackle, and then these two can get cut. I don't have that much roster space on my team, so any person who has the chance of being a normal dev or impact dev, I gotta skip. Let's go ahead and do the rest of these dual threats now, or these dual threats, these athletes now. Athletes are one of the most important things to always scout every year for 4 and 5 stars. Because athletes have just the most insane potential. They don't always hit. But if you do get that right athlete, like a 98 throw pass, oh my god. Well, you don't. I was going to say, you get that athlete with 98 throw power, and it immediately shows me an athlete with 98 throw power. Yeah, I don't even care if he's normal dev. I mean, that would obviously suck. I would care then, but 98 throw power is a must snag. Absolute must. Ooh, an athlete contested specialist? Say it ain't so. I mean, that pure runner got wheels, but like, I don't know. A pretty crowded QB room, so I need to probably keep the actuals to a minimum. Senor, yo, basically just left the Patriots game against the Eagles. It was so dope. My first time in the stadium. Hell yeah, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. I have been live, so I have no clue what the score is. But it's also the preseason, so who really cares? I'm glad to hear that, man. I have yet to ever be an actual game, so one day I'll like to knock that off my list, but eventually. 16 likes, appreciate y'all. Thank you for giving me at least one tight end. That could have been spooky. Who else do we really need like that, though? I was gonna say he looks pretty good with that high ass run block, but he was in fact pretty good. Let's go fix our depth chart, boys, and get to Simmon. Gotta see Kyle Williams catch a 70-yard bomb live. Was that with the ones, Senor, or who threw him that ball? Because I'm so like, obviously every football fan is pumped about football because having no football just sucks. But I cannot wait to watch my Patriots decapitate some people this year and be like, aw, what happened to the schedule merchant, guys? What happened? What happened to poverty? That was DeVito that tossed him this. That's pretty good. Good on DeVito. Good on DeVito. But yeah, I just cannot wait to watch Drake May just scalp some people. There's going to be games played this year where my Patriots just destroy people. And it's going to be so much fun to watch. It's like, guys, what happened? I thought it was the schedule merchants, guys. What happened? I watched Tim the Tatman's video that he did recently of like predicting all the NFL games. And I think it's funny that Tim opens the video being like, yeah, I got 9 predictions right last year. 9 of like 32. And then this year he's like, the Patriots, they're fucking garbage. They're fool's gold. They didn't deserve to make that a Super Bowl. They're fucking ass. They're going to win 7 games this year. I'm like, okay. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if my Patriots can win 7 games in 10 weeks. We'll see. I mean, just off the Jets and Dolphins alone, there's 4 wins. And that's just 2 teams. I'm sure we'll beat the Bills once. There's 5. So getting 7 wins in the first 10 weeks shouldn't be that hard. But we'll see. I was hoping the starters would get at least 1 series, but I did get to see them play on Thursday. Ah, that's cool, senor. AJ Brown was going crazy in like a good way or like a bad way? Like a good way or a bad way? Because that how that sentence can be interpreted can mean many things. In a good way, good. Because if you would have told me he's having a Antonio Brown meltdown on the sideline, I've been like, oh, that's not good. That's very not good. Dude just starts fucking taking his clothes off, swinging his cleats around, waving that shit. He was cooking Quinion Mitchell. Well, I mean, to be fair, senor, that was like his former team. So like, if there was a game in which he is gonna fucking go crazy, I'd probably pick that game. Even in a meaningless preseason game, I'm sure he was like, nah, I want to fuck him. I want to fuck them real bad. And I'm sure the staff was like, have at it, bud. Go crazy. And he did. Just because you said that, I now want to like go look at the stat line. Oh, he was going crazy in practice. Okay, that makes even more sense. That makes even more sense now. Dude, I bet you there were literally cameras. I bet you there were probably literally cameras on every rep he did at that entire practice. Against even like the most random Eagles defender. I'm sure there was footage. Just to get that shit on camera. That's funny. You can find clips? Oh, I will. I'll go look up clips later. You kept a few clips? That's even funnier. Yeah, I'm off camera later. I'll go and I'll go look them up. Why is he not a returner? Matt Bin and Prince Mamulo. You know, there's a possibility, Senor, that my Patriots might be the first team ever to have 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie in the 3-game preseason era, which would be pretty funny. I not have a better right edge. Guess not. Huh. That's weird. My brain was telling me there was like an 88 overall edge that I wasn't starting. Chat, you guys probably know the clock better than I. What's the ETA for the next college football game / NFL game? Like, anybody have like a day counter, like 12 days, 9 days, 18 days? How many days till we have our next college / NFL game? I'm sure it's close. It's real close. My slot needs to be Damian, Tobin, and Javier Fisher. Tobin and Fisher. Let's get this sim going, boys. We've been dilly-dallying for way too much. The Auburn playbook is up, so if we do lose our winning streak, we just hashtag Blade Auburn and ban everyone who has ever recommended this playbook. No pressure. No pressure. I'll allow it. It's fine. My receivers are kind of buns. But, I lied. They're not that bad. But I would oh my tongue is so cooked. I would prefer more 90 plus, but we have lots of freshmen who will be going up the totem pole very soon. Very soon, very soon. Ooh, I also forgot to hire the stuff. What am I doing? Chat, I'm cooked. I'm cooked, chat, I'm cooked. I forgot to buy the stuff. My facilities were going to regress. Nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. Yes. Maxed facilities. Go Burr. Can we keep the undefeated streak going? Average at least 35 points per game should not be that hard. Be ranked top 5 by the end of the regular season. That also shouldn't be that hard. Which is good, because I need easy challenges for more coordinator points to re-sign my guys. My tongue. I bit this shit earlier and I was having a Chinese food. And it no work. Let's put the 5-star gems up here so we don't forget. That's $6,000 in NIL. That's not bad. Keep that shit light. Light work. What can I say except for big baller Brandman? Anybody remember LeVar Ball and the whole Ball brother family fiasco? Dude, that was a hell of a time to watch basketball. And as funny as LeVar Ball, I think his name's LeVar Ball, the dad. As whether you love him or hate him, he made 3 NBA players, so. Now, were they good NBA players? Not really, but doesn't matter. He made NBA players. He said he'd make NBA players, and he, in fact, made NBA players, so. Good on him. That was a time period and a half. That dude's face was literally everywhere. Okay, let's go give these 4 stars their contracts. And then we'll work our way up to the 5 stars. Because the 5 stars are going to require some attention. Just not, I don't know how much. Whereas these 4-stars typically don't require anywhere near the amount of micromanaging. Beastly says moments before Beastly has to spend every moment min-maxing the 4-stars this year. It could happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. Ooh. Well, that's not good now, is it? I mean, we're going to get more hours next week, but all we have to do is have enough to just keep it close, which might be hard. I could always up the money, but there's just a part of me that feels dirty giving money to guys that I can't guarantee is going to have a dev trait. Because it would be my luck that I would give a guy some cash and he's normal dev, and I don't really want to do that, so I'm not going to do that. My standard is excellence, and if it's anything less than that, then you're not going to meet my standard. Arkansas week 1, good. Watch us lose opening week to Arkansas, man. Like, that's the funny thing about win streaks, is that, like, I don't want to lose. Nice. But, like, eventually we're gonna lose. It's just how it always works. Eventually, the fun will come to an end. The question is, when do we shit the bed? Is it this week? Is it this season? Is it next season? I don't know. I don't know. What I will say, though, we have more hours now. Which means we can give the 50. So we're still going to be several hours short, unfortunately, but yeah. I don't have a pipeline for you. It'd be reckless to go after a guy with no pipeline deliberately. At least with this guy, I have a pipeline, so we'll pursue you. We'll cut the other guy off, and we can dump the extra hours from that to this. Got 15. Got 5 remaining. Go peek the 4 stars, shall we? Is there anybody we have overwhelming competition with? Yes. Not a ton, though. Not a ton. The Vampire Piggies, as one would say. What's the score? Let's see. I think we won, chat. We, in fact, did win. What was the score? Not the best score. Scoring only 41 on Arkansas is not very good. I mean, someone asked me what the best... I think it was Hude asked me what the best run D was. we averaged, or we allowed, excuse me, negative 0.5 yards per rush. So, not bad. Our QB threw for 91%. 257, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Rushing, RB1 had a little over 100, 2 touchdowns. RB2 had a smidge less with a touchdown. My QB had 0 rushing yards. I love sacks. And then my receiving one was my 90 overall receiver. Or no, my 90 overall tight end. Okay. Is Auburn like a glitchy tight end, PB? Interceptions, we had a singular one with 3 sacks from the left edge. I love that. Well, it wasn't very bad, but we scored. We won. Next week. Next week we go. We did get locked out of someone. Who was it? See, now we got even more hours than we had previously. Okay. We dropped in playing style, probably because we are not running enough. That's not good, guys. Can we get to the... Holy shit, we got the hard sell. He's ours. Yeah, he's mine. In fucking 3 weeks, we have this star edge rusher committed. I love this game. Well, this QB is a must-buy for me. So if you have to get into a bidding battle with me, Alabama, I will happily comply. But just know, you will lose. Because I have more money than you. Why? Because I have a good program, and you had Kalen DeBoer. So. No. Wait. Is that his hard sell? It is. That's hilarious. I was looking at the options, and I was like, wait, there's like no options. There's, in fact, no options. Is that your option, by the way? I think it might. It is. Okay. Oh, this might not apply to very many people, but I will be hosting my own fantasy football league from the Discord. So if you would like to join that, keep your notifications on. We'll probably end up be doing like one of those. So first come, first serve. As always, members get early dibs and damn, Nebraska. Why are you fighting so hard? Like, do I have you guys that shell-shocked from the games we have? Got you seeing red for nothing? Nothing at all. We might have some offensive pairs. We have a QB. We have a tackle. We have a guard. We have a back two. Would they fill in for a receiver. That'd probably be a better pick, actually. Oh, shit, our earliest home games, week 6? Oh, no. Oh, fuck. I'm not a very big advocate for week 4 for the bye week. Because bye weeks don't really do anything. Like, they're better than nothing. But if Alabama or A&M puts them on a real visit with any real team and they win, we're kind of cooked. So, but I also don't want to waste 2 weeks waiting. Yeah, we'll just do week 4. We'll do week 4 and just hope that we can cook with this. The guard needs the full 40. We'll probably do this next week. Yeah. Let's go beat Hawaii's ass. Imagine Hawaii just like puts up the Stone Cold Stunner and okay, no. Oh, we killed them. Well, I guess we know what my team has the political beliefs of. I can't speak. Just massacred the poor Rainbow Warriors. RB1, 3 tutties, though? This Auburn playbook's not bad, but it kind of feels like every other playbook we've used. We only had 1 pick and only 1 sack? Really? We held Hawaii to 0 points and we had 1 sack and 1 pick. Okay. Let's get the guard on the visit. Let's not fuck around. Oh. Michigan. 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 You don't realize how reckless I am with my money. I have committed to the guard. I'm getting the guard. You can't stop me. The issue with this wide receiver, he's only going to gain the benefit of a singular pair, which is the QB. Which turns out might be what he needs, actually. Holy shit. It's like Michigan took this shit personally, man. Michigan, like, heard I'm going after a prospect. They're like, I want that shit. I'll pull my 25 off of you. I really don't know if it's necessary. This QB is super important. Bama kind of pulled off. A&M and I still are kind of going back and forth, but I can still whip out that checkbook, so we're safe. For now. His name's Goda, not even Gouda, Goda, G-O-D-A. Brian Goda. Brian, you gotta get on my team, man. You just gotta do it, man. Ha, bro. Week 6 will be his visit. Dude, this is what I mean with the late home games. We can jump Georgia by a week, but it's scary. It's a very scary. I'm not giving you more money. If we lose a 5-star because I'm not giving him more cash, that's fine, but I'm not giving him more money. I refuse. I'm gaining on Oregon too, so we're fine. He's from Leesburg, Georgia. I actually know where that is. That's funny. You know, one of these days, I'm going to spaz out over a recruit that has my hometown. And you guys are going to have no idea. I'm just going to go read that in the top right corner, be like, oh. Anyways. Bro, why is my money doing nothing? Is Michigan's like 3 A's? I mean, I know they have a pipeline, but like, dude, I am getting dog walked. Well, same thing here. Holy shit. Is Michigan maxing me? Do they up the CPU to actually, like, compete now? Maybe. Maybe. Well, we'll see. The Michigan cheaters might take 2 of my prospects. Which would be refreshing, because I don't really lose very often, so. Well, we dog-walked... Oh my god. We dog-walked Auburn 34-10. Again, we're not really scoring a lot of points. But, like, we're kind of just being efficient. Like, my RB just averaged 18 yards per carry. It seems like my leading receiver every week is just a different guy. Hey, we actually got a sack. That's pretty cool. Hey, we got more than 1 pick. That's also pretty cool. Yeah, we're not really passing the ball too well. Which is something. No. You can't be doing that to me, man. I beat DBU for a DB. That'd be pretty cool. I don't think I have any pairs, actually, with corners. I don't. That's gonna be awful. Shit. Well, this is going to be a interesting tackle or problem to tackle. He needs more money. Do I feel comfortable giving the bag to a kind of mid tackle? And why not? If he's a normal dev, I'll cut him next year. I'll cut his ass. Have I just lost my touch? What is going on? Have they nerfed zero pipelines? What is going on? Like, I'm getting beat, but like I'm getting beat by margins I'm not accustomed to getting beat by. What is going on? Just so you're aware, I have 2 elite recruiting coordinators, so I shouldn't really have... Like, obviously, pipelines matter, but... Ooh. You're fine. Well, oh, that one was huge. Why was that visit so massive? The other one was not. Don't think it really will fix the problem, but we can sure hope it will. Next week. Some verbals are not bad. Would prefer hard commits, but... Here comes the team that Carver always throws up in chat. I'm not going to say their name, but you guys know who it is. Fuck this fucking team. Wow, Georgia just straight up said yoink and took his ass. Now we give Max money. The fact that we weren't able to really win off the bye shows how bad the bye actually was. But again, our home games were kind of fucked this year. Our home games were kind of fucked. Well, good thing I got week 7 right in front of your week. Perfect. Georgia, why? Is it because we're playing this week, Georgia? Are you being mean to me because we're playing? I'm not afraid of you, Kirby Smart. Well, 1, because he's not even there anymore, but 2, all of you can't beat me at once. Right. I just realized his last name is Lanning, and I thought it was Manning. Larry Manning. No, it's Larry Lanning. Great name. Very good name. Chat, I might actually be allowed to use the portal this year. Which would be kind of cool. Well, Georgia, I must beat you very quickly to set the precedent for the recruiting battle. You stole a 5-star corner from me. I will steal a win for you. Simple economics. One could say equivalent exchange. Ooh, you committed. Ooh. Yes, give me all the hard commits. Give me every single hard commit. Let's go. Player of the week, too. 3 touchdowns on 8 receptions is mad. Oh, that was kind of a close game. Not really. They scored 11 points in garbage time to make it close. Oh, we had nothing on the ground. And we had nothing on the ground. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like having close games. Close games scare me. Because every close game is just one game closer to breaking the streak. And I don't like that very much. So. We should have enough hours now to get everybody the max. Dude, these guys are making me spend money. Which is so smart, because I don't want to spend my money. I want to hoard it. I want to min-max. Even when I have 4,000 to blow, I don't want to spend my money. Be having Elite Recruiter very soon myself, so us losing any recruit is already rare, but it'll eventually be a thing of the past. Thankfully. Okay, who is not on a pair yet? You're missing one. We'll do you. We're missing you. We can throw you on the... We'll do sack. Don't really need any, but I'll just throw them on there anyways. Throw you here. To throw you here. You have no pairs. We will slap you for Mizzou. You have a 1-person combo. We'll slap you there. Wow. For the first time all season, we actually have extra hours. Sweet. Three and 1 Florida. Don't do the funny, please. Don't do the funny. Let's avoid the funny, please. More commits. Yes. All of you commit. Join my growing, expanding army. A general is only as strong as the troops he leads in the battle. And this general doesn't like to lose. So, let's not lose. I can upgrade his IQ to make him smarter. Shit, I'm off by 1 point. Never mind. Never mind. Next week. Next week he'll be smarter. Fucking lost both corners to Georgia. I hate you. And we lost him to Nebraska. Those are kind of predictable L's, if we're being honest. We were kind of losing them the entire way, so can't say we're shocked, but still hurt. Ooh. Give me them all. Wow, three of the final 4 linemen we scouted were gems. Holy shit. I'll take it. What do we even need? I mean, I'll take some corners, but there's probably none left. Well, that's not many. Very not many indeed. A 97 speed bump and run corner. This is the exact reason why I don't really dick around with 5 stars. 4 stars are just so much more efficient. Yeah, I was gonna say, did I not scout these athletes? I did. I did. Hey, Carver. Ooh, gem. Good timing. Work's been crazy, but finally got in for a live. How have you been? Well, actually, I've not been streaming that much, Carver. These last couple days have been very busy. Between the playbook video and external stuff, been very busy. But I played my content creator dynasty game today and lost by 3 points. So it was a very fun loss. I learned that North Texas has a really good running back with like 90-something speed, which is a pretty running back go Burr. Speaking of going Burr, I need hours. You. Is there anybody else I can siphon some hours off of? I guess you. Because Miami's not really trying to contest me at all. We're going to up the money a little bit, just so we prevent ourselves from getting locked out, and go max hours. Yeah, but I think even though I was the away team, he was the home team, he has a pretty stupid OP running back, and I in fact don't have a stupid OP running back. The fact I lost by 3 is fair. It's pretty fair. Next time we play, I'm intrigued on how it'll go. It's a different league, George. I mean, a content creator league. I mean, it's filled with other YouTubers and streamers and stuff. But the good news is, tell me if you've ever heard this story before. Apparently, EA has fixed their problems with the newest update. We'll see if they actually did or didn't do such activities, but apparently they're fixed. So if that isn't true, Visionary should no longer be bugged, thankfully. Hawaii also shouldn't be bricked. But in terms of like massive gameplay overhaul, there's really not. If you run aggressive blocking, you still kind of just get chucked around like a pancake. It's very sad. It's very sad. How that's still a goddamn problem 2 or 3 months after launch is kind of insane. Like, they have nerfed that shit literally every update. Very frustrating. You mean the game that's supposed to be centered around gameplay sucks? I never would have expected that. It's almost like EA has to intentionally go after every other element of the game aside from gameplay, like production and audio quality, because they can't actually make gameplay not suck dick. Funny how that works. If you guys are curious why EA's never, like, been a big stickler for gameplay as their selling point, that's why. They can't make a good game in terms of gameplay. Which is why they always brag about the graphics and the announcers and the realism. Like, look at the sweat on their forehead. You know, things no one cares about. Because they can't market gameplay because they know the gameplay is bad. This was the first year I've ever seen them actively pursue gameplay as a marketing tactic. And, well, it sucks. So, hats off to you, EA. You do dick, yeah. You do dick every year, but still somehow have a game. So, respect. Not really, but respect. Carver, the contains glitch. So, there was several sacks today in the game I played versus my, the other YouTuber I played, where literally my right tackle just doesn't touch the DN because they QB contain. And then I was like, oh, I got fucked. That's kind of shitty. And then the very next drive he had, the same shit happened to him. And I'm like, oh, wow, we both just got fucked back-to-back times within, like, 3 plays of just neither of our right tackles touching the 400-pound, 45-speed edges we have. It was wild. Just the fact that you can just blindly call a QB contains. I mean, it was a problem last year with a 3-man rush. But the fact now it happens on any snap is a big problem. It's a big problem. I don't know why my ding's not working, George. That's not good. I just got I see the notification now. Shout out you, man, for the $20 bomb. I appreciate that, Dono. The GOAT. Appreciate that, George. Reading the comments on my previous video, I do appreciate all the positivity because there were some really confusing comments is the nicest way I could probably word that. There's some really funny individuals that left comments on my previous video. Some comments were the normal run-of-the-mill hate comments. Some comments were, you know, positive comments, but there were some really baffling ones down there. I'm just like, did you watch the damn video? So I appreciate that, George. Thank you. I mean, you're my resident Niners fan, dude. Half your entire team, including your head coach, just got taken out in the last week of the preseason. I'm sure it's gonna be a fun football year for us, man. It'll be a fun year. There is no more speed boosting, kind of. There's no more speed boosting, kind of, Carver. You can still kind of do it. I'm not going to elaborate further. Just know the answer is kind of. It's kind of been removed. And I don't mean kind of been removed like how it was last removed. No, it's you can still do it. It's just now you just I won't further elaborate, but all I'm going to say is before you could cause the speed boosting interaction to occur by using R2 or right trigger on Xbox and moving your character in a specific direction, mostly when they're cutting, basically. If you accelerate as they're cutting, you get a speed boost. You can still do it now, just a different way. And you can probably guess why I know that. Because I did that in my game today. I was like, I don't recall this guy being this fast. And I looked at after the game. He's like 86 speed. I'm like, oh, he isn't fast. I knew it. He sucks. So yeah, it's kind of out the game. I would say it's removed for like 90% of circumstances or like individuals, but it's still there for the rest of us who like know how to do it, which is not good, but it's still there. Well, that's funny you mentioned that, Carver, because the gentleman I played in my Dynasty game today did that every play, which is fair. Let's get this sim season done, boys, and wrap this stream up. Yeah, George, I'm not even trolling. Somebody made like a skit, and I watched their skit of like the Niners injuries, and I'm like, dude, even your fucking coach got injured. He was in the Shanahan was in a vehicle accident, which he was blamed for doing, and then after further investigation, the cops were like, oh yeah, no, it's not your fault. I'm like, dude, the substation is even getting the coach. They gotta remove that shit. They gotta remove the substation. Literally, like, the entire team's dead. Week 3 of the preseason, they gotta remove it. I don't even care if scientifically the substation has dick to do with injuries. That substation gotta go. Once when your head coach is out here getting the pipe, it's like, yeah, we gotta... Same thing with the Chargers, bro. The Chargers, I forget his name, but the Chargers signed some center to like a stupid expensive contract, and he's literally never missed a game in his career, and he's already out for the entire year for the Chargers. That team is just cursed. Like, there's nothing you can say to change my mind. That team is just cursed. That team is not allowed to have fun. Literally ever. The football gods are like, bitch, you thought. You signed at one guy from the Buccaneers in the offseason, Mike Evans. You thought. Was a Tesla self-driving car, bro? Lol. Doesn't really matter, like the car he was driving. The point is that he's cursed. He's cursed, the team's cursed, it's all cursed. It's all cooked. You could wrap the entire team in bubble wrap and they'll still find a way of shattering their bones. You can still use L2 and R2, just gotta let off R2. Well, that wasn't how I was doing it, Vols, but I can add that to the list of ways I can do it now. Yeah, how I was doing with a specific ball carrier move. That's how I was doing it. If you do a specific ball carrier move, when he gets done with the animation, if you sprint when he's getting done with the animation, you get a speed boost. Which means theoretically, in order for you to like chain it back and forth like you used to have to do, you would have to theoretically get the same animation multiple times, which is, you know, not going to happen organically, but we almost just lost a fucking Mizzou. I don't like that. I don't like almost losing to Mizzou, guys. What are we doing? What in the hell are we doing? So yeah, theoretically, with how I was doing it earlier, if you could like chain the animation more than once, you could do the speed boosting, but that's almost never going to happen, so not going to elaborate on which ball carrier move it is, but one can figure it out. I lost. I didn't. Why does this always happen? I swear I'll be number one all year, and then I just drop to 2, 3, or 4. Like, every year, the game gives me a heart attack that I lost the game, and then it's like, huh, no, you just win, but you lose. That make no sense, man. That make no sense. Notre Dame, you have no pipeline, fam. You are not getting back into this race. Nine 9-0 versus 8-2 Oklahoma. It's going all right, Carver. Haven't lost a game in 3 years, so we have a 3-year win streak on the line right now. And what's the other impressive thing about the multi-year win streak that we have is I've been using a different playbook every year, so that's what's made this win streak even more impressive, is the fact I've been using a different PB every year. Same thing, 2 apples. Oh, that's funny. You know, at the pace EA's going, this game has the potential to be the worst game on launch that they've ever made, and the worst game by the end of launch they've ever made. Like, CFP 25 was gas when the game came out, but it had the spin move exploit, or not really exploit, but the spin move was way too OP. So by the end of CFB 25's life cycle, it was actually a little better than when the game came out, minus the bugs and fixes they did throughout the year. But by the end of it, it wasn't that bad. And then for 26, the end of it got slightly worse than when the game came out, but it wasn't that big of a deal. This game is like so bad before, and it's going to be even worse with the after at the pace they're going. You still have the instant pancake exploit by running aggro blocking. You have the QB contained shit, which was in the game last year just for 3s. Now you can do it for 4s, but it's still in the game. It's awful. It's just, it seems like it's just one exploit on top of another, on top of another, on top of another, which makes actually playing the game kind of depressing. Also, this is the best UNLV has ever been since year 1. They're actually undefeated and they're ranked. This is actually a big game. Get to play good old Miss again. Okay. Let's upgrade our QB. We've been sitting on his upgrades all year. Nice. We also had a safety. I forget which one it was, but one of these safeties I'm supposed to upgrade their IQ. You. Double IQ bump. Nice. One of my best rosters, but maybe not the best, but one of my best rosters. Loads of 95 pluses. Loads of them. We have my entire recruiting board, so that's good. Notre Dame's undefeated again. I got to rematch Notre Dame for the 3rd time in the Natty. Here's the big whammy. The staff. See, even a max offer is only 66%. Oh, God, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. Now, the benefit is I have coach firing turned off. So there's a small possibility that because I have coach firing disabled, and I have the perk, that they might stay, but I'm not very high on that. Ole Miss. Can we defeat Ole Miss to have another SEC championship and keep the streak alive, boys? Yes. Okay, last year we had no guys in the Heisman. I'm assuming we're going to have at least one.
Greetings and welcome to a very special moment on the annual sports calendar. The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by EA Sports. Inside the Tiburon Theater, I'm Chris Fowler. So proud to bring you Heisman Trophy night.
Not my guy, but 19 touchdowns is insane.
Each of these guys have hung out together, got
For a
to know
receiver.
each other better, but ultimately, the night's going to belong to one guy. One name will be
Oh my God,
remembered,
20
and one
touchdowns
man
for
will
that
have
receiver.
life-changing moment and forever be known as a Heisman
Receivers
Trophy
just
winner.
spitting out touchdowns. Holy shit.
These are nervous times for these guys. The announcement just moments away. They've gotten to New York City.
There we go. There's my QB.
Once you're here,
Only
you just wanna
50, which is not bad.
Past winner has told me this is really a nervous
Let's see who wins it.
time.
Oh, wait.
They're this
3
close
receivers
to
and 1
victory,
QB. Let's
but
see.
Will they get a chance to lift it?
Let's go. My QB won it. We can keep the Heisman's. Actually, we lost that streak last year, but more Heisman shit. I mean, that'd be pretty funny, Carver, if that was the way, but I don't think it is. I think what's going on is that I have had 5 straight quarterbacks with 99 everything. So, as long as I don't have the aggro set too high, they're not going to fuck me. Offensively. And then defensively, they're good enough to where if we need them to do something, they will. Otherwise, they're just chilling. I think the standard for like how good your team has to be in this game is significantly higher than what it was last year. Hey, he came back. I'll take one of the two. I got them both to come back. Sweet. Just rolled me a 66% chance twice. How fortunate. How very fortunate. Oh, Carver, I guess while you're here, I can go ahead and let you guys in. I say in, but I've mentioned this like 2 hours ago, but I've begun the potential Prodigy series breakdown. I'm currently doing pocket passing QBs. And the pocket passing QBs are so boring. Because EA kind of nerfed the fuck out them from last year. So if you guys don't remember, didn't watch that series last year, pocket passing QBs, all you really needed to check was throw power. If they had very high throw power and very high speed, the odds of them having a dev tray were almost 100%. This year, that's not the case. This year, the average throw power for a 4-star is like 91. And I've only seen 2 QBs higher than 94. They both had dev traits, though, so that still works, but how often are you coming across 97 throw power QBs? I can literally count on one hand how many 97, 98, like 99 overall, or 99 throw power QBs I've seen of the specific pocket passing variety. Also, my QB just threw for fucking 450 yards and 6 touchdowns. Holy shit. He broke the single season sack record? What is that, like 20 sacks? I forget what my own record was. Also, Carver, I think I'm far enough into the future that almost every meta playbook has been retired, so I'm not playing like the best of the best anymore. Because I'm almost 20 years down the road, so I think almost all the, again, quote-unquote meta playbooks are gone. Which does help me out in simming. Can we defeat the Arizona State? Whatever, people. Yes. George, I get what you mean when you said that they're different and not in a good way. They're different in a good way, not in a good way, because they're very mid. Like, from, again, I haven't done, like, it's not like I've done hundreds of recruiting classes. I've done maybe probably like 4 or 5. So obviously I still need more samples to keep going, but it looks like whether you're recruiting a 4-star pocket passer or a 5-star pocket passer, their attributes are just incredibly mid. Like, it seems like this year, specifically in comparison to last year, it seems like pocket passers are just the safe option. Like, they have decent throw power, but nothing crazy. They have decent accuracies, but nothing crazy. They're just, like, kind of okay at everything. Obviously, except for speed and acceleration, they can't do that very well. But, like, the problem is, like, I don't know why you would ever choose a pocket passer this year over a backfield threat. Because the problem last year is that backfield threats had no throw power and they had kind of average speed. This year, backfield threats have the same throw power as everybody else and has the same speed of a dual threat. So, like, why would I ever choose a quarterback with average throw power and average accuracies and bad speed when I can choose the quarterback that has good throw power, good speed, and the same accuracies? Like, it kind of feels like pocket passers got, like, a gigantic nerf in this game. Now, again, I gotta, like, you know, keep going, but it seems like, numerically speaking, with, like, no abilities factoring into this, just pure numbers, I think backfield creators are the best archetype in the game. They have the same speed as pure runners and dual threats. They have the accuracies of old pocket passers, and they have the throw power of old pocket passers in this year's game. They have everything you want. And if you find an elite dev backfield creator with the right skill caps, they have the same juking as spinning as everyone else. So it's really funny how last year, like, backfield creators were like the fugly duckling where they really had no purpose last year. And this year they're just, again, excluding abilities, statistically insane.
This is it, the ultimate game of this college football season. Two teams that have battled through a long regular season, thrived this 12-team playoff bracket, overcoming adversity along the way. And now, two teams battle for that gold championship trophy in the Golden Hill tonight. Excited, their dreams come true. Tonight on EA Sports College Football, the ultimate game this season, the national championship on the line. It's the Oregon Ducks against the Nevada Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler along with Joel Klatt. We are so excited to bring you the ultimate game in this college football season. Howard joins us ringside with some of the key.
Let's get this game simmed out, boys, and wrap the VOD here. Well, we didn't score, and they did. We didn't score again. We mashed. Our defense is kind of getting flambéed. That touchdown before half is huge. Dude, Oregon is literally scoring at will. Bro, my defense hasn't done anything. We're in overtime. We fucking win. That might be the worst defensive sim I've ever seen. I think Oregon averaged damn near 20 points per quarter. Holy shit. I was actually going to stop and just dashboard to menu sim because I was like, this is getting stupid. But I was like, nah, let me see if they win. And then we pulled out the overtime win. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, you don't fucking say. Yeah, you don't fucking say that player of the game is on the Oregon Ducks. You don't say. Yeah, my defense giving up 500 yards passing and 5 touchdowns on damn near 80% is kind of insane. I mean, I technically had more yards of offense, though, by almost 100. My QB threw a pick. Of course. Yeah, this might just be the single greatest sim performance I've ever seen. They couldn't run the ball worth a dick, but passing, dude. They had one receiver go for fucking 300 yards and 3 touchdowns on me. This was their entire offense, was just throw it to one receiver. Dude, they didn't even get a single sack. Their kicker either missed or got blocked. Dude, that was insane. That's an insane sim. Which, by the way, just so we're on the same page here, my starting safeties are both 95 pluses with like maxed out speed and zone. My 2 starting corners are both 95 pluses with maxed out man, zone, and speed. My linebackers were all 90 plus with maxed out man, zone. And we gave up fucking almost 600 yards passing. Sure. Sure. What happens in the menu sim? We win again. Okay, well, I beat you in the menu sim and I beat you in the fast sim. I beat you twice, but what's the stat difference? I'm glad I get to keep my streak alive, but what was the stat difference? Did this QB throw for 500 again in Fast Sim or no? No, we're close. Like, I'm sorry, but like, what the fuck? In Fast Sim, he threw for fucking 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks, 80%. And then I menu sim it, and they scored 7 points through 3 quarters. The game was only close because the fourth quarter, they scored 13 pity points. That's just insane. That's just the fact that in Fast Sim they scored almost 60 points, and then in Menu Sim they struggled to score 20 is insane. This dude damn near doubled all of his stats in Fast Sim. My QB had 137 rushing yards this game. Oh, this time we have some sacks. No interceptions still. That's fucking annoying. But hey, we keep the streak alive, boys. That is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight seasons of us winning a national championship. We finally come back to form, chat. It took a while, but we've finally come back to form. My QB on the year, 500 attempts, 410 completion. 80% is pretty good. A tick under 5K yards, not bad. 54 TDs, 1 pick is pretty good. Rushing, RB1 had 1,600 yards with 25 touchdowns. Jesus Christ. RB2 had damn near 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns. And my QB had 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. Interesting. Receiving, we almost had 3 receivers crack 1,000 yards. We technically had 2, but not bad receiving-wise. And then defensively, we had an edge rusher crack 18.5 sacks. Really. This redshirt sophomore cracked 18.5 sacks. The most sacks I've ever seen in Sim. Maybe speed rushers this year sim better than power rushers, which makes no sense, but maybe it does. But either way, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Your boy has places to be, comments to go read. Huge shout out to Syracuse with a $10 dono. I appreciate that. And shout out to George as well with the $20 bomb, respectively. I appreciate y'all. Much love. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.